Under Xabi Alonso, Real Madrid no longer relies on fixed positions. Instead, players have unique roles. When Valverde drops into a temporary centre-back role, Güler and Bellingham shift centrally to act as a double pivot. If Güler drops to support the backline, Valverde takes up the role of a centre midfielder. Here Güler's deeper role effectively transforms the setup into a back three, pushing Hausen wider as a wide centre back. In a different situation, players change their roles and Madrid reverts to a back four with a midfield three. Both Güler and Bellingham become half-space midfielders while Valverde sits as a holding midfielder. Madrid now have an expansive midfield three, and as the ball was shifted to the left, it became a narrow midfield three, as Güler now plays an attacking midfielder role alongside Bellingham. 10 minutes earlier, Vinicius was the width provider and Gonzalo Garcia was the striker. Now Vini becomes the depth provider while Garcia drops to connect with his left back who's maintaining the width. All of a sudden, Madrid is attacking the backline and Bellingham becomes the box crasher, scoring a clean goal. This is just a mini blueprint of Xabi-ball. Things were entirely different a few minutes earlier. Valverde was operating as a wide centre back while Hausen remained central. Güler was a centre midfielder with Bellingham playing between the lines as an attacking midfielder. As the ball is played back, the shape naturally creates a 4-2 structure. Bellingham remains as the thread between the lines, while Valverde takes the role of the connector, linking defense to attack. As mentioned earlier, notice the positioning of Garcia and Vinicius. The midfielders were constantly changing their roles. Here it's a narrow midfield three, and the opposition is also drawn narrow. Vini becomes the dropper between the lines, while Garcia stayed high to pin the backline. As opposition narrows, the ball can be switched, and now Güler becomes the box crasher. They scored using this exact pattern. Here it's the same narrow midfield three, with Vinicius as the dropper and Garcia as the target man to pin the backline. The narrow shape draws the opposition inside, allowing Trent to attack the far side. Again Güler made the box crashing run and scored from a brilliant assist by the target man. You should have got the general idea now. Players are taking different roles as per the situation, and each one has unique technical abilities to perform those roles. In the early minutes of the game, when Asensio got the red card, Güler was even deployed as the single center midfielder in the midfield three. Xabi sees Güler as a player who wants many touches and thus gave him the role of a deep playmaker as the situation demanded. This structure gives Valverde the role of a box-to-box midfielder. It's a perfect 4-3-3 from Real Madrid, with the exception that they are playing with 10 men. The potential of the shape is fully utilized here as the right back connects with the dropping striker and Valverde becomes the box-to-box midfielder. See how Vinicius switched his role from a left-sided forward to become the right-sided forward. And this is what Xabi-ball is all about. Now we have a new shape where Güler becomes the attacking midfielder, while Valverde and Bellingham play as double pivots, so it's almost similar to a 4-2-3-1 formation. The narrow positioning of the double pivots opens up half space for Hausen to carry the ball. Here again, Vinicius is the depth provider, while Garcia can drop and connect. This was a repeated pattern. Whenever they had a narrow double pivot, the opposition midfield will also get narrow, opening up the half space. Now Hausen can carry and release Vinicius, who plays the role of a runner here. While this was happening, Valverde's role was that of an attacking midfielder between the lines, as Modric and Ceballos were the center midfielders. As the attack progressed, Valverde utilized the freedom in his new attacking midfielder role and scored a goal by crashing into the box, similar to what Bellingham did earlier. Hausen's technical ability is perfect for the role of a ball-carrying centre back, and it became a cheat code to break the press. Here Valverde is a centre midfielder alongside Güler, and again it's Hausen who has access to half space. This time it was Diaz who became the dropper. Vinicius might become that dropper, while the two midfielders, Valverde and Bellingham, move high to become the attacking options. This creates a new attacking dynamic, as players have swapped their roles. Under Xabi, Ceballos plays a dual role, as a midfield tempo controller and a deep creator. As a tempo controller, he is asked to move constantly and offer passing options. Xabi also uses his tight space abilities to dribble through congested zones or make creative passes to beat the press. His deeper role can also be beneficial in progressing the ball. Xabi's idea of football has already given a new identity to Real Madrid. He doesn't demand strict positioning. Rather, players are trained to take up the required role to solve a game situation. So if you loved the video, please leave a like and subscribe for more.